Hello students, welcome to the next lecture of 11th standard, chapter number 1st, some basic concepts of chemistry. Myself Professor Valuns JB. In last lecture, we have seen the physical properties of matter. In that we have seen what is meant by mass, length, volume, density, temperature and its SI unit and CGS unit. In this lecture we have seen that the laws of chemical combination. In laws of chemical combination means the laws which are based on chemical combination of the compounds. When two compounds combine to each other to form a new compound by combination of two substances or two elements is called as laws of chemical combination. There are 5 basic laws which are applied for the chemical combinations. So we have to study the 5 basic laws. In that we have to study first law is law of conservation of mass. Second law is law of definite proportion. Third law is law of multiple proportion. Fourth law is Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volume, and fifth law we have to study is the Avogadro's law. These are the 5 basic laws of law of chemical combination. In this lecture we have to study the law of conservation of mass and law of definite proportion. These two laws we have to see in this lecture. So first I have to write law of conservation of mass. This first law we have to study. Before that, the law of chemical combination says that how much percentage of chemical compounds combines to form a new compound, in which ratio they are forms a new compound, and how much number of molecules which are taking part in the chemical compound and in which ratio they are added. All these things can be given by the laws of chemical combination. First we have to study the law of conservation of mass. A French scientist whose name is Antony Lavoisier. Antony Lavoisier is a French scientist. 43 to 1794 performed many experiments. The Antony Lavoisier is also called as a father of chemistry. Father of chemistry. He performed many experiments such as burning of phosphorus and mercury in the air. So he was found that when two elements combine to form a new compound, total mass of one side of element is exactly equal to the total side of newly formed compound. For example, if we consider A element combined with the B element, then forms a new compound, that is AB compounds. So the Antony Lavoisier was found that the total mass of one side, this side of compound, is exactly equal to the total mass of other side compound. So this total, therefore he found that total mass of reactants are exactly equal to the total mass of product. The total mass of reactants are exactly equal to the total mass of products. So these two elements combine to form a new compound having the total mass same, exactly equal. This is the law of conservation of mass. The statement of this law is statement of law is a mass can neither be created nor destroyed. The law of conservation of mass states that the mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. It is the same statement for when we use for energy. We know that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be transferred from one form to another form. Exactly the same. Total mass of reactant exactly equal to total mass of the product, because mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be transformed from one compound to another compound. For this, consider one example of formation of carbon dioxide. Consider one example of formation of carbon dioxide. Carbon solid combines with oxygen gas Carbon combines with oxygen to form a carbon dioxide. In this case, we know that atomic weight of carbon is 12 and atomic weight of carbon is 12 and atomic weight of oxygen is 16. Therefore, carbon 12 grams plus 16 into 2, there are 2 oxygen atoms, therefore 16 into 2 is equal to carbon 12 plus 16 into 2. These are 44 gram, exactly equal to 44 gram. Mass of these two reactants, carbon and oxygen, is exactly equal to the total mass of the products. He found that the total mass of reactant is exactly equal to the total mass of the product. So he stated a law of conservation of mass, as mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. This is the first law of conservation of mass. Yes. Second law we have to study is the law of definite proportion, also called as law of definite composition. This law of definite proportion or definite composition is based on the ratios, which is based on ratios. A French chemist, Joseph Proust, discovered this law of definite proportion. A French chemist, Joseph Proust, performed experiments on 2 samples of cupric carbonate. Joseph Proust, French chemist, perform an experiment on cupric carbonate. Cupric carbonate, a French chemist which perform experiments on two samples of two samples of cupric carbonate. In this two samples, one of the sample is of natural origin and other sample is of synthetically prepared. One sample is of cupric carbonate is natural in origin, having the natural origin, and another sample having the synthetic origin, is the synthetically prepared. So, the composition of element present in both the samples are same. The composition of elements in both samples of cupric carbonate are same, and he give a result that cupric carbonate, which is natural origin, and another one is synthetic origin. Having the percentage of carbon, percentage of oxygen, and percentage of copper, percentage of oxygen, and percentage of carbon. In copper, he found that 51.34 percentage of copper, 9.74 percentage of oxygen in natural origin, and 38.91 percentage of copper he found. Also in synthetic origin, he found the same percentage of copper, that is 51.34% of copper, 9.74% of oxygen, and 38.91 percentage of carbon. So, composition of elements present in both the samples are same, because having the natural origin and synthetic origin, both having the same composition of elements in these two samples of cupric carbonate. From this experiment, from these samples, he concluded that he gives the statement of law of definite proportion. He gives the statement of law of definite He states that a given compound of exactly the same proportion of elements by weight. He gives the statement as a given compound of exactly the same proportion of elements by weight irrespective of its source. This is the statement for law of definite proportion. Okay. This statement is a given compound of exactly the same proportion of elements by a weight irrespective of its source is the law of definite proportion or law of definite composition. Means this law having the composition of elements exactly the same irrespective of its source. Okay, understood these two laws. First law is law of conservation of mass, which states that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. And second law is the law of definite proportion or law of definite composition, which states that a given compound of exactly the same proportion of elements by weight, which is irrespective of source, the same elements of a given compound contains the same proportion of elements of the newly formed compound. Yes, understood? Okay.